Hi all, today I'm showing you how to make my grandma's Southern German chocolate cupcakes. They're so good. Ingredients you'll need. I've listed all the ingredients here to make your life easier for the actual cake. You'll need to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. First off, I measure out the flour and I put it into a little mesh sifter over a bowl. And then next I add a teaspoon of baking powder to the sifter. And then I add a teaspoon of baking soda to the sifter. And then I'm going to add a teaspoon of Diamond kosher salt. That's my preferred brand. And then a half a cup of good Dutch process cocoa to the sifter. And I'm going to sift everything together into the bowl. And I'm actually going to sift it twice, just to make sure everything's incorporated. And now I'm just transferring the mixture to a smaller bowl. And I'm putting the sifter back over top of the bowl. And I'm just pouring it back into the sifter. I'm going to sift one more time. This is just to make sure everything is fully incorporated. You don't want pockets of baking soda or anything like that. And now I'm adding a cup of vegetable oil to the stand mixing bowl. And I'm adding 2 cups of granulated sugar. And I'm just gonna whip together on high until it's fluffy. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and then I add 1 cup of whole milk, and now I'm adding 1 egg at a time, letting it fully incorporate before I add the next. And then I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of espresso powder, and this is what makes the chocolate taste even chocolatier. And I mix it on medium. And now I've turned off the mixer and I'm adding the dry ingredients. And I'm only going to turn it on for 15 seconds. Then I'm going to turn it off and scrape the bowl down. And then I'm going to turn it on for another 10 seconds, and that's it. I turn it off. And now I'm just going to gently fold the batter to make sure everything is mixed in. I'm looking for any pockets or little globs of flour that hasn't gotten incorporated. But I'm doing it very gently because I don't want to develop the gluten. I want the cake to be very tender. And I've just lined the muffin tin here with some cupcake liners. And I'm going to fill them up about 3/4 of the way. I like mine kind of going over the top a little bit. It's more like a shelf for the frosting. I always feel like this was my favorite cake growing up. I used to request it from my mama every birthday. She must have gotten so sick of it making it. And now I placed it in the preheated oven. It's going to bake for 18 to 22 minutes. And I use a toothpick to tell if it's done or not. If it comes out clean, it's done. They make 18 to 24 cupcakes or 2 9-inch round cakes. You need to cool them on a wire rack, by the way. Ingredients you'll need for the frosting. I listed all the ingredients here to make your life easier. First up, I take 2 cups of pecans and I evenly spread them on a baking sheet. And I want to make sure they're not really touching or overlapping. You want them to toast evenly. I'm going to place them in the preheated 350-degree oven. I'm going to toast only for 8 minutes until they're lightly toasted. I bring them out. I chop the toasted pecans into small pieces. Next, I separate the egg yolks from the egg whites, and I place them in a separate bowl, the yolks. And then in a large saucepan, I'm going to pour the evaporated milk. Then I pour in the egg yolks. And now I add the butter. And now I add the sugar. And I'm going to place it over a medium flame. And I'm going to let everything, I'm going to mix it together, but I'm going to be melting, of course, the butter. It takes about 3 minutes to melt on the stove, but you want to make sure you break up the egg yolks and are mixing it all together constantly. And you're stirring constantly. It takes about 12 to 14 minutes to cook everything. So it's not the time to enter the phone, the door. Ignore everybody. Stick with it. And when the mixture becomes a light caramel color and is really bubbling like a pudding, it's done, and you're going to remove it from the heat. And now I just add the 2 cups of shredded sweetened coconut, and then I'm going to add the 2 cups of chopped toasted pecans. And I add a little bit at a time. You'll notice I broke it up. I didn't add all the coconut at once. I didn't add all the nuts at once. I was trying not to overflow the pan, deciding if I needed to move to something bigger. So once I have everything in there, I'm going to put it in the dish here that I have. You want to put it in something separate. You want to let it cool off a little bit because it's molten hot right now. So resist the temptation to try to eat the hot frosting, or you will burn your mouth. It's so good though. And now I just frost the cupcakes like you would frost any kind of cupcakes. They're just so good. And this is what they look like close up. And you make them, I guarantee you, everyone will love them. They're so good. To help our channel grow, we're asking everybody to please like, subscribe, and comment. If you're enjoying our content, and we really hope that you are, please consider becoming a subscriber. It doesn't cost you anything, but it does help us out tremendously. We also ask if you could please help us out by watching the video from beginning to end. This also helps out. It's all because of how the YouTube algorithm works. Otherwise, we stay hidden, and we'd love to grow. Thank you all for your help. See you soon. We post new videos 3 times a week, on Sundays at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. And if you're not a subscriber, consider becoming one. It doesn't cost you anything, but it does help us out tremendously. We'll see y'all soon. We want to profoundly thank everyone for watching. We're so very grateful to all of our new and old subscribers for supporting us and helping us grow. The horrific wildfires in Southern California that seem to continue, and the hurricanes Helene and Milton have destroyed lives and communities, affecting so many here in the U.S. They all have a very long road to recovery. So we're encouraging everybody to help those in need by donating to the American Red Cross, the Salvation Army, World Central Kitchen, All Hands and Hearts, AmeriCares, Operation Blessing, and Save the Children. We're not affiliated with any of these organizations, but we know that they're doing good work on the ground. As always, please stay safe and be blessed.